Let Me is the focus of today's segment. And I am referring to the wonderful book of Mel Robbins, Let Them. If you've spent any significant amount of time with me recently, I am without a doubt sure you've heard me mention this book and the wonderful effects it has had on my mindset and my world in general. And I cannot wait to share more with you about how it can relate to any of the real estate things you might be considering. So let's start with a little bit, not a new concept, like don't come after me. I get the let them concept is not something that Mel Robbins invented. I will tell you, in her Audible recording of that book, she does an amazing job of delivering it. And yet the let them concept is to stop focusing on things that you cannot control and rather to turn and focus on what you can and the action you can take. So I love the let them theory, but what I also am strongly considering tattooing on my body is not only let them, but let me. And that is a key part of that book too. So let's dive in. First and foremost, let them interest rates be high, guys. They're going to be high. They're not going to be 3% or anything that we experienced 4 or 5 years ago. And you have no control over them not being high, and you've got to let them be and let you, or rather let me, help figure out what it feels and looks like for you to be comfortable purchasing with the current interest rates, because we've got no control over changing them. And I think if you allow yourself to release the fact that we have no control over them being too high, and that it sucks, and that it doesn't feel good, and that it makes your dream home cost more than you necessarily want it to cost, and the price of the home is going up, and yet the interest rates make that payment seem so crazy compared to the 2.75% interest rate you have on your cozy little home you have now. Let them interest rates be high and let you figure out where and how you fit within those. The next I would say is let them have their opinions. And by that, I mean your closest family member, your friends, your neighbors that you have adored for the last 7 years in your home. Let them think that it's foolish for you to move out of your gorgeous house and into the suburbs a little, and let you pick what works best for your family and your budget and your life. And if that means moving a little further out from the city, but getting yourself the 3-car garage that would make life a lot more comfortable with all the bikes, trikes, and lawnmowers, or the walk-in closet, or the bigger kitchen, or just more square footage, let them judge you. Let them have their opinions. You can't control it. She does a great job in her book explaining how people are going to have their opinions. There's nothing you can do about it. And what you can do is go do what's best for you and enjoy your life, this one big, beautiful life that you have. Go and do and enjoy what you like. Okay, two more things to touch on that I think would be great that I thought of with the let them theory. One of which is, if you have family or a close friend, I imagine, that would be willing to loan you cash or willing to pay cash for a property or do something to help you with your purchase, let them. Let them give you the cash to be able to be competitive in this market. And we can figure out, once your home is sold, how to make sure that that cash flows back to that individual. But if you've got loved ones in your life that are willing to make your life easier in purchasing a home and moving to your next address, let them. Let them loan you the cash and let you go move into your new home with less hassle and more success in sometimes competitive markets. Okay. The next one I would go over is if you are evaluating a new home and it's so perfect and we've ran the numbers and we have strategized on the best offer to put forward for you and your partner, then we are going to make that offer. And if someone else is willing to come in and give the sellers more money for that property, or different terms that are not comfortable for you, then let them. That one wasn't meant to be. And we will continue to move on and find the one that is and does make sense for what your cash allows you to do, what your comfort level is with the condition of that next property or that property. So I would encourage you that in your home buying experience or home selling experience, if someone wants to give you let me tell you, it is happening out there in Kansas City as a home seller. If someone is willing to give you $80,000 over your asking price and waive all inspections, waive an appraisal contingency, let them, and let you accept that offer with good reason and consideration that I will provide you. But let them and let you move on in the real estate transaction. So there are many, many times, and as a client, I have used this theory, and some of you that are working with me right now have to be smiling a little because I have literally said, let them. If we get a bad appraiser and that appraiser is going to come in and under appraise this property, as a seller, there's nothing we can do. And so there's no need for us to sit and worry and spend on this. I'm going to let me provide all the data to that appraiser. Let me do everything I can to help best represent your property. But then we've got to let them appraise it for what they're going to appraise it for, or let that other buyer make an offer that might beat us out. If you've got any questions, or my gosh, if you would like, I am more than happy to chat with you all day about the Let Them book. If you're someone who's read it, and if you've read it and it's impacted your world, I'm sure you want to chat just as much as I do. So have a great day. Never, ever hesitate to reach out in DM or a text or an email. Thanks. Bye.